Alrighty, hello everyone. Hello, and welcome. How is everyone this Sunday? What's up? DSP here live on the stream. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are having fun and welcome. So we're almost at the end of July, everybody. Only a couple days left here, right? In the end of July. I want to personally take this time to say, before we get started with anything, thank you guys very much for all of your support this month. As you know, it's been a tough month. I mean, number one, it was a downtime month. There were no new releases this month that were significant that I was checking out. And number two, with all the stuff currently going on now, over a week over on DSP Gaming being demonetized and me making no money off of YouTube, you guys were really amazing. And I do appreciate your very positive contributions this month. I really do, guys. So I just want to, before we even get started with anything up front, say thank you guys so much and just kind of celebrate a little bit of the fun stuff. I mean, first of all, right? Subs are all the way up. We hit both tier 1 and tier 2 sub goals for the month, which is outstanding, obviously. It means that not only will we be doing a 10 Years of Rage retrospective anniversary event in the fall, it also means there's going to be a Patron's Choice playthrough this coming fall, okay? So that's pretty awesome, right? That's pretty damned awesome. I just want to say thank you for that. So as you guys can see, I actually even set up a tier 3 goal, because we're so high on subs right now. We're 480 subs. I said, let's do a tier 3 goal. So very quickly, if you want to know what it is, if we hit 500 subs, I will take you all out on a trip on my personal jet. That's right, my private jet. You'll all be able to go taken out on a trip for that. All right, maybe not. That's probably what you-know-who would be saying about right now. Among my many vehicles, my cars, my chopper, my private jet, and the jacuzzi that I'm having installed on Tuesday, which is why I'm taking Tuesday off from streaming. That's obviously the deal here. No. If we hit 500 subs this month, okay, then instead of going on my private jet, what I'm going to do is a special DSP Tries It video for you guys. Remember, I did one earlier this year, much earlier this year, that was a comedy-style video. People really seemed to like it. And so if we do hit the 500 subs, I'll take some time over August to find something good, something interesting, to do a special DSP Tries It video for you guys, okay? I mean, I don't even do DSP Tries It anymore. It's been defunct for over a month now, so it would be nice to bring it back for a funny style, kind of almost like a parody version, right? Like I did with that Wax Vac a few months ago. It'll be kind of along the same vein, all right? So, yes, thank you guys for all of your support. If you're wondering why I'm joking about owning a ton of cars and vehicles, it's because the latest negative meme about me is that apparently I own a bunch of cars and all kinds of shit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Obviously, you guys know that's not the case. With all the problems that I've been through financially with taxes and now with the DSP Gaming being demonetized and not even knowing if I'm going to be able to afford my bills in a few months. These idiots completely making stuff up and, following ridiculously outdated information, and they don't even know the difference. They seriously don't even know the difference between being insured to drive a car and owning a car, because they're that idiotic. They're that stupid. I don't know what else to say. If you're an idiotic person, you just take stuff that you think would be evidence of something and present it, and it just makes you look dumb. The problem is a lot of people on the internet are dumb, and they don't even understand how the world works. So I just find it hilarious, I find it hilarious when I hear this stupid stuff. I laugh at it. I could be all angry, but instead I'll just make jokes about it because it's the best way to approach stupidity, I guess, right? All right, so happy Sunday, everyone. It's January. It's January. Did you guys know it's January? Okay, let's try that again. It's July 29th, 2018. Okay? And hope you guys had a good July. It's been quite the hot month here in Washington. But I've had a lot of fun on streams. If anything, the streams this month have been outstandingly good. People have been very supportive and loving the streams. Attendance is actually up. So everything's been good recently, it has. And I'm very pleased with the way that Twitch is going. It's growing. And if I could do so well in a month like July when it was a dead month, no new releases, I can't wait for the new releases to start hitting and to see people naturally coming by and checking out me playing the new stuff too, right? I think August is going to be a great month as well. So that being said, what's going on? What are we doing today? Okay. Today, we are going to be checking out a game that I never checked out before, all right? Never checked it out before. And I honestly don't know much about it. It's from an era of gaming that I missed out on during the early to mid 2000s. I really wasn't playing video games that much. The only video games I was really playing was Street Fighter. I was very busy during this era. At first I was in university, then I had a full-time job. I was always busy with that kind of stuff. And so playing games at home, console games, really wasn't ever really a concern during this time period. And so the GameCube in particular is a console I completely missed out on. I didn't have one. I didn't play any of the games on it. So I really missed out on a lot of fun games, right? And one of the games of this era that is most notable for survival horror for being a GameCube exclusive came out around the same time as Resident Evil 4. But because it did, Resident Evil 4 completely overshadowed it, being that, they took Resident Evil into the modern era, the over-the-shoulder third-person camera, and look at all these guys coming at you, gauntlets of enemies, and yada, 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 right? So, that game, taking a more archaic survival horror formula and putting it into the modern era, kind of overshadowed everything else. Which is why a game like the game we're about to play today kind of got overshadowed. But over time, this game earned a cult following and ended up being a very popular game in the long run. It's also the only mature-rated game ever published by Nintendo. That's right, Nintendo never, ever publishes mature games. Right? And now this is the only one in history, right, that they did. So, today we're going to be checking out Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Interesting. I don't know much about it. I know a few things. I know apparently the game has some fourth wall breaking mechanics and some things that deal with insanity and stuff that could really throw you for a loop. But outside of that, I don't know much else. Now the good news is I can finally enjoy this game because I now have a way to capture GameCube stuff. If you remember earlier this year, I played Super Mario Sunshine on my Wii. What it is I'm playing on my original Model 1 Wii. And the Model 1 Wii, which is the one I own, that's how old it is, had all the GameCube hardware built into it. So it emulates GameCube games. It even has ports for GameCube controllers. It's got memory card slots. And incidentally, years ago, I bought Smash Brothers on the Wii U. And that Smash Brothers Collector's Edition, which is what I got, came with the GameCube controller. So I have a GameCube controller to play GameCube games, which is pretty damned awesome. So yeah, we're starting up this playthrough today. Gonna be pretty good. I think it's gonna be exciting and interesting. Something, again, it's gonna be genuine because I don't know much about it at all. It's not like, this is a game that I've heard about and everyone's talked about. I really don't know much about it. So Kat actually looked it up on the internet and told me that apparently it's gonna expand different time periods and stuff. It sounds interesting to me, so really cool that I get to start up this game today. And yes, this will be an ongoing playthrough for the next couple of weeks. Quite frankly, there aren't many major new releases until We Happy Few and Madden, which is the second week of August. Although there's some other things thrown in there, like for example, the South Park Fracture but Whole final expansion, the Black Ops 4 beta. But these aren't things that are going to take up a week. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to experience this game for the first time and be able to play through it. Now, that being said, guys, it's a Nintendo game. And that means, guess what? Even with the little bit of money I'm making on KO Gaming right now on YouTube, I'm uploading all my videos now to KO Gaming in these long chunks, okay? I'm barely making any money. I'm making like $10 a day on KO Gaming. And, that's terrible. I used to be making a significant amount of money every day to the point where it was a big chunk of my income, and now basically YouTube's nothing. YouTube has been taken from me when DSP Gaming was demonetized, all right? So now it's bad enough that I'm making next to nothing. Now, guess what? Because this game is published by Nintendo, Okay? Guess what? I make nothing at all on these videos. So playing this game on YouTube, I get nothing out of it, you know? So what I will just say is this. If you like when I play Nintendo games, if you are going to enjoy this playthrough, you've been looking forward to it. A lot of people have been hyping this playthrough up and saying they think it's going to be really good because they like my survival horror playthroughs and my honest reactions to survival horror games. You know, please, during the course when I'm playing this playthrough, consider supporting through various methods. As you know, there's many methods that you can support, okay? And I'm going to go into those in just a moment, so I won't jump the gun here. But please, if you are liking Eternal Darkness, you want to see me be able to play more Nintendo games in the future, you want me to be able to keep doing this, please consider supporting via one of the methods that I will mention in just a couple minutes here, okay? Okay. Alright, guys. So what else is going on? Let's give you a brief rundown of the schedule so you guys know what's going on the next few days. Tonight, I'm not doing a second stream. I can't. I'm going to be way too busy between filming a private Q&A video for a patron, a giant stack of bills I got to pay, and the like. I just will not have time for a second stream tonight. Apologies. But double stream tomorrow. It'll be Persona 5 on the first stream, hoping to finish up Shido's Palace and moving forward with the game, progressing on, and hopefully getting into the end game of Persona 5. Because at this point, even though I really do love Persona 5 and I'm having a lot of fun with it, I need to wrap the fucking game up. I mean, it's to the point where even the people who have been along for the entire ride, you know, the 1.5 year ride of me playing this game, are like, Jesus, Phil, is it ever going to end? And I'm like, dude, you know, I want it to complete. I want to see the end of this game. But, you know, it's taking its sweet time. And people told me that there was 20 hours left. And here I am over 30 hours in and we're still not done. You know, there's not much I can do about that. So we just got to keep plugging away, okay? So Persona 5, hopefully heading into the end game tomorrow. Tomorrow night will be 2 more hours of Vice City. Grand Theft Auto Vice City playthrough. Everyone's been enjoying. I've been enjoying it. And now we're firmly into the grind of the businesses. Got to buy all 8 businesses and do all the missions. I've bought the Malibu Club and finished it. Did all the missions for that. So now we're on to the ice cream shop and the docks missions. And then after those are done, we'll continue on with more, okay? So, there you go. Then, Tuesday is my day off, and I know that sounds weird, because usually I don't take a day off in the middle of the week, but this week it's just different. I have a few things I need to take care of, personal things that I can only do during a certain day, and so, Tuesday, I'm not streaming, okay? But Wednesday I'll be back, and Wednesday I'll be doing the final DLC expansion for South Park: The Fractured Butthole on my first stream, and on my second stream, more than likely, will probably be something like Street Fighter or something like that, just for my weekly fix, okay? Then on Thursday, I'll probably return here to Eternal Darkness. So I know some people are probably going to say, man, Phil, you know, you just played Eternal Darkness on Sunday. You're not going to play it again until Thursday. Well, this week is kind of the weird week because of the schedule being weird how it is, with me getting a Tuesday off, I know. But it is what it is, so probably Thursday I'll return to Eternal Darkness. Maybe Thursday night more Vice City or Persona. You know, see what I mean? So we'll play it by ear. Later in the week, we'll see. We'll see how things are going. We'll see how, you know, how far I got in certain games. And that'll determine, you know, the order that I play stuff later in the week. Okay, guys? All right, so thank you guys again for your support. Thanks for everything. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead. Let's get quickly through the plugs. Okay, the plug segment. And then we're going to get to shout-outs because already a lot of people overnight were very supportive. Today already people are being supportive on the stream. A lot of people being very supportive, and I want to just, you know, go ahead and share all that with you and give the credit where credit is due, the shout-outs, okay? So let's get to it. So, guys, you guys, if you enjoy all the stuff that I put out, if you want to see me continue to do this full-time, continue to do daily fun gameplay streams, and upload these videos as archives to YouTube, just like I do now. Right now, you know, I'm in a bad situation with YouTube. I'm not getting any answers out of AdSense about DSP Gaming, and YouTube creator support is dragging its feet, saying, well, until we hear from AdSense, we can't do anything. Like, yeah, but how long are we going to wait? 4 fucking months? What if they never respond, you know? What if eventually they respond, and the response sits in my spam email box? You see what I mean? Like, it's so stupid. Their process makes no fucking sense. But anyway, don't want to get all angry about that again. What I'm saying is, right now, I'm in dire straits. I'm in a situation where shit sucks on YouTube, and that used to be a big chunk of my income, all right? So there are many ways that you can step up and help me right now, All right, especially if you love these daily streams of the videos on YouTube and you want to see them continue, there are many ways that you can contribute and ensure that they do. The first would be to pledge to my Patreon. This is a big one. Pledging to my Patreon is a monthly campaign where your pledges will obviously help me out, but you earn personal perks for your pledges. In particular, this month of July, we hit both of the subscriber goals here on my Twitch channel, which means if you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon in the next 2.5 days, all right, by the end of July, not only will you be nominating and voting on your favorite moments from my 10-year legacy as a content creator on the internet for a special retrospective event where you're going to be nominating and then voting on the best ones, and I'll be reacting to these on a stream in September. I think that's going to be an amazing event for me to finally look back and reminisce on some of my earlier stuff. But in addition to that, okay, also, you're going to be nominating and voting on games for a Patron's Choice playthrough. So it's a double reward month if you're a $5 patron. You've only got 2.5 days left to jump in on my Patreon and get in on that. Please do. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. It helps me. You get tremendous control over my upcoming events. It's a give kind of a deal. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, there's other different perks as well, like being able to get your questions answered on my show, Ask the King, being able to get a private Q&A video made, getting text or verbal thank yous in both my streams and videos. It's all that kind of stuff, okay? So, give it a look, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Please consider pledging. It helps tremendously, okay? It's number one. And by the way, I should say this. Thank you, because I got a lot of new patrons over the past couple of days. People have really, they really did realize the situation I'm in and decide, hey, it's time for me to finally support Phil over on Patreon. You know, it's been there for years. It's time for me to finally, you know, start doing it. And I want to say thanks to anyone who did. It really is appreciated because that's consistent income. That helps me tremendously. Thank you guys, okay? It's number one. Number two, check out my Teespring store, where I sell t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, high-quality stuff. It's right here. There's an ad for it right on your screen right now. Really great stuff. In fact, soon, I'm not exactly sure when, but soon I may even be launching a new line of 10th anniversary products on my Teespring. All right, actually, I got an email right now from one of the designers who's working on this, and I haven't had a chance to read. I'm going to look at it tonight and kind of review what he sent me and see if it's good enough for, you know, the product line, and if not, maybe we'll go back and forth, work on it a little bit. But, you know, I've been so busy, I haven't even had a chance to look at it. I'm going to look at it tonight. But anyway, yeah, thank you. Anyone who buys anything from my Teespring, I get a commission. It helps me out. You guys get cool collectibles. Obviously, you get something out of it, right? So please give it a look. Thank you. All right? Now, if you're live on the stream and you want to interact with me on the stream and you want to get a shout out, okay, you can. If you either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me during the stream, I will give you a verbal shout out during the stream, okay? There's a few criteria that I ask that you abide by if you would like a shout out. First is to try to be positive and on topic. Please don't bring up controversial topics like politics or religion, because I'm never going to address those on a gameplay stream. They're too controversial and they cause too many disagreements and arguments. Also, please don't bring in negativity. Don't bring in toxicity. Please don't bring up in the stream chat things that detractors are doing or negative people are doing to me or you or others. It's just doing that kind of stuff just gives them the attention they want, and it derails the stream, and it's just going to make it worse. You know, we want to have a positive, fun stream today. We want to enjoy a new game I've never played before, right? Never. And we want to have fun with it, right? We don't want this to become a drama-filled thing. You know, we just want to have a fun and hang out and chill and enjoy games together, okay? So, since that's the case, let's leave all the crap outside the chat. Like the idiot right now who's spamming the chat with, Phil should get a real job. Illegal immigrants can get a job. Yeah, and you can sit outside the stream chat, idiot. See what I mean? That's exactly the kind of crap that we don't want in here. We want to have fun. We want to have a fun, entertaining stream. We don't want to deal with their nonsense, right? So please, if you're looking for a shout out in particular, please don't bring up that kind of stuff, okay? That's number one. Also, if you're looking for even a step further from just getting any kind of shout out, maybe instead of just verbal, you want visual recognition as well. You could get that. If you cheer 50 bits or more in a single cheer, if you subscribe to the channel and wait a couple minutes and then click on the share button that should appear on your screen, or if you tip me $5 or more in one tip, you'll get an on-screen thank you animation to play. These animations are really fun. and they add a new element to the stream, and it's visual recognition as well as the verbal recognition you're going to get for the shout out. Okay, one thing I will say, keep in mind, this is my stream. It's very subjective, and in my power to decide what plays on the stream and what I read on the stream. So understand that it is within my control, and I apologize to anyone if I ever miss a cheer, sub, or tip, shout out, message, or if I decide to screen one because maybe it's too negative or whatever. It's in my control and my discretion. All right, so please, let's keep it positive and let's have a great stream today. Okay, guys. Now, a few other things. As you guys can see, I have the stream stats leaderboard on the top of the screen, which means during the course of today's stream, I will periodically review things for top cheer, top sub, top tip, okay? Now, of course, there's no such thing as a top sub. I have no idea why I said that. Let's try that again. I'll be reviewing total subs, top cheer, and top tip is what I meant to say. So, I will be updating that to see, how many subs do we have total, who's the top cheerer, who's the top tipper for the day, and if you are the top cheerer or top tipper, you will get up on that leaderboard, so it's even extra recognition for you, right? Subscriptions, guys. First of all, thank you guys so much. You, like I said, overwhelming support the last few days, and we exceeded both the Tier 1 and Tier 2 sub goals here on my Twitch channel. So, as you can see, there's a Tier 3, 500 subs. You might say, well, what the hell's the Tier 3 thing? He never even mentioned this. If we hit Tier 3, okay, if we hit Tier 3 subs, which is 500 total subs by the end of the month, so two days left, right? I will be doing a special edition of DSP Tries It. I will seek out some kind of a humorous product to try in a special episode of DSP Tries It. People love my DSP Tries It videos. I haven't done them in months now, and so it'll be a humorous way to bring it back, okay? So there you go. That'll be my way to give back if we hit 500 subs. Sound good? I hope so. All righty. Thank you, guys. So that's awesome. Thanks again for your support. The last thing I want to mention before we start getting the shout-outs and I start updating the stream stats leaderboard is that if you were interested in tipping, and you might be like, well, what is tipping? I don't understand. Cheering and subbing is all through Twitch. It's built into the system. What is tipping? Tipping is a separate process via a third-party PayPal page. Okay? You can do it through two different methods. If you either look below my stream right now, you may see a button there, okay, that is for a button there for tips jar, is what it specifically says. And if you click on that button, it takes you to the PayPal tips page, where you can either leave an anonymous tip if you wish, or you can leave your name in a message if you wish, okay? Now, if you don't see that button, that's perfectly fine. More than likely you're watching on a mobile device. Mobile devices don't display the buttons below Twitch channels, so instead, just type !tip into the stream chat. That will have a link pop up in chat that you can click on. That will take you directly to the tips page. Okay, guys? So there you go. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for pledging to my Patreon. Thank you for the cheer, subs, and tips on the stream. Right? Thank you for allowing us to exceed the sub goals and do fun sub stuff coming up, in the next couple of months. Seriously, thank all of you. Really, honestly, is there a way out of my situation right now? I don't know. Having zero YouTube income is absolutely terrible and worst case scenario for me, really. And it sucks, but there's not much I can do about it. And AdSense, as I said, just is not giving me any answer, and YouTube refuses to take action until AdSense gives an answer. What a broken process that is, right? Let's face it, if there was a competitor to YouTube, like if Amazon launched their on-demand video service right now, you know where I would be going, because I've had enough of YouTube. But it is what it is. For now, we just got to put up with it, right? So your support in other methods is helping. It is. Is it solving the problem? No. Is it helping right now? Yes, it is. So thank you guys for that. If we could keep up the positivity on streams, if I can keep my streams at the same level or better than it was this month, next month in August, then maybe it won't be that big of a deal and I'll be all right. But we got to see what happens. I hope in August we can maintain what we did this month, okay? All right. Let's continue. Let's now get to shout-outs for those who have contributed, okay? First of all, a bunch of people contributed overnight. When I was not even here on the streams, people were cheering, subbing, and tipping, okay? And I want to go ahead and give special thanks to those who did. First of all, we had an anonymous $4 tipper. $4 tip says, this ain't much, but this ain't much at all, but I hope it helps you get through your troubling time. Keep your head high. Thank you very much to the anonymous person who tipped. Infinite55 did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you for that, Infinite. Idylliac1452 subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Idylliac. The Lollipop cheered and had an interesting question, and I will elaborate on this because it's a common question. He says, Phil, what's up? Can you explain to the viewers what's the difference between doing a $20 patron pledge or just a regular cheer? Because of the $20 pledge on your Patreon, you get a guaranteed question. Even though you ask a 25-bit cheer, hope stream can be fun. I might pledge soon enough. All right. First of all, let me clarify what he's saying, because I don't think the way he worded it makes much sense, okay? Right now, if you cheer, sub, or tip on my stream, I give you a shout-out, right? Now, if you pledge $20 to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, all right, you get your question guaranteed to be answered on my Q&A show that happens every other month, Ask the King. All right. So what's the difference, right? If I just do a random cheer, I can get my question answered on stream. Here's the difference. If you just cheer on stream, chances are the answer I give you is going to be a very quick, from-the-hip kind of answer. Like, I'll be honest. For example, some people ask me, Phil, what are your top 5 favorite games of the past console gen? And most of the time I'll be like, listen, I'm in the middle of a game. I don't have time to sit here and analyze all the games, so I'll just very quickly, I don't know, Mass Effect, right? And that's it. That's kind of the answer you're going to get for those kind of questions on a stream. You're going to get quick, off-the-cuff, random answer. It's not necessarily going to be the best thought-out answer or whatever, because it's just kind of a reactionary thing. In general, a lot of people don't ask me questions. They just have to say, like, thank yous or statements or funny jokes or stuff like that in their shout-out statements on stream, right? Basically, when you cheer, sub, or tip on stream, the whole point is to just get a little bit of interaction very quickly on the stream and then move on. When you do the $20 tier pledge to my Patreon, what you're basically getting is a guaranteed spot of dedicated time for me to sit down, read your question ahead of time, think of an intelligent answer, and be able to give you a well-thought-out answer on my Q&A show, Ask the King. The whole point of Ask the King is to just sit there and answer questions. So, for example, if you actually watch, because I just did the show on Thursday, okay, the people who were patrons got big amounts of time dedicated to answering their questions, okay? Like, a large amount of time was dedicated to answering their questions. I think there were only 3 people who posted up their questions, but it ended up being like 30 minutes of the show, right? Was that so each question was getting 5 to 10 minutes to be answered? See, there's no way I'm going to take 5 to 10 minutes to just answer someone's question randomly on a stream for a cheer. There's not enough time. I'm moving. I'm doing gameplay. See what I mean? So that's the difference. That is the difference. So you want a really quick, just reactionary kind of hello kind of situation reaction during a stream, cheer, sub, or tip. If you want a big fleshed out answer where you're really going to feel like you're getting, you know, your money's worth for what you pledged to my Patreon, and you're going to get an intelligent, interesting answer that's going to take some time, you know, has a meaty answer, you want to pledge to my Patreon to get that on the show. Okay? There you go. All right, so Android cheered and said, Phil, I had a dream that you got your AdSense fixed and your Twitch hit 3,000 subscribers. I think good things are finally coming to you. Well, Android, I hope so, because as I've said, sadly, there really hasn't been a lot of good stuff happening to me recently. By the way, troll in the stream chat, why is he always talking about money? Dude, I'm responding to a cheer. I didn't bring it up. I'm responding to a cheer. So get the hell out. I love people like that. Anyway, yeah, you know, it's funny you say that, Android. You know, I wish that there was something positive would happen, because just in the past week, the crap that's happened has been awful. You know, DSP Gaming gets demonetized. My internet goes down for a day right in the middle of an important stream. You know, just a lot of negative stuff. And it's all been happening really closely at once. And it's bad because, you know, already I was in an uncertain situation as to income and everything this year, and now all this happens, and I don't even know. I really have no idea what the future holds. I just hope you're right, Android. I hope there's something positive is coming along the way, because I really need something. It was funny because Game Master used Phoenix Down yesterday, said that he had a feeling that in like mid-August something really positive was going to happen. And I'm like, man, yeah, I really hope so, because honestly, you know, I need it. I need something to remotivate me and to make me feel like there's a light at the end of this tunnel after 10 years of doing this and loving what I do. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, you can only take so much negative in a short period of time. And it was just like negative. I can't do it anymore. I need something to let me know that things are going to work out, you know, and that we're going to get through this. And, you know, I've been through a lot of shit over the years. I mean, quite frankly, I have. I've been through a lot of shit over the years. But this is now a situation where it seems dire, and I don't know what's going to happen in just like 2 months' time. You know, I may not have any more money coming from YouTube, and then what am I going to do? How am I going to pay my bills? What am I going to do? I have no idea, and I don't know. So I guess we're going to see. All right, Let's now get to people who cheered, subbed, and tipped during the stream while the stream was live. We start off with Lollipop again. He says, I just want to say this stream should be full of positivity and fun and no drama. Some people just keep mentioning drama, and let's tell people to stop talking about the losers. I agree. Here's the thing. People who harass other people on the internet, people who do nasty things to others, the reason they're doing it is for attention, right? So if you constantly bring them up, it gives them the attention they seek. Now, there's some situations where you have to bring them up. For example, if someone is propagating an insanely nasty rumor about me on the internet, like there's an escort or something, right? Phil has two or three cars, and he's lying to everyone. It's ridiculous nonsense. Obviously, I'm just going to come out and say, it's not true, it's bullshit, it's based on absolutely no facts, they're just idiots, don't believe their slander, okay? If I don't do that, what happens is people say, oh, well, silence is consent, or silence is admittal. So, because Phil's not bringing this up, it must be true, and he's just afraid to talk about it, right? That's not the case at all. I just don't want to give attention to it, but sometimes you have to just say, nope, it's bullshit, and then you can move on. But if you guys keep bringing it up, because I know some people say, oh man, someone's PMing me something nasty. Someone just said something negative about Phil on another channel. Someone's rebroadcasting Phil. All that stuff is just giving them the attention they want, okay? So by doing that, you're actually empowering them to do more. If you just ignore it, all right, it won't happen. I'll give you some examples. There's things that people do to troll me all the time, and I ignore it and don't mention it to you guys, and then it stops because they realize their efforts are completely wasted time, right? So, yeah, please, guys, please keep it to a minimum. Bring up the nasty, negative stuff. It doesn't help anything, okay? Shout out to Jack Attack 2122, who did a 100-bit cheer. You're the current cheerleader. Let's get you up on the stream here. Let's get you on the leaderboard is what I meant to say. Jack Attack. There we go. And Jack Attack says, thanks, DSP, for the fun stream yesterday. I'm really enjoying your Grand Theft Auto playthrough. Me too. Me too. Boy, what a difference between this version of the playthrough versus the 2012 version, right? In 2012, first of all, I was playing it on PS2, and I was playing it on an HD TV, which created tons of input lag, so the controls were all delayed, and I was doing really poorly in the game, especially some of the shooting missions and stuff, and driving in particular, too, just because it was everything I did was so delayed. It was very hard to do some of the difficult stuff. You know what I mean? It was a pain in the ass, just innately, with the way that I was playing it. But plus, I had never played the game before back then, so I didn't know anything about, for example, certain ways to exploit certain missions or whatever. I had no idea. Now, here we are 6 years later. Number one, the controls are much better, so I'm just doing better by default. Number two, you know, interactive streaming is much better, in my opinion, than playing offline isolated. I've already played this game isolated once. And now people are giving me some interesting tips on how to basically beat the tougher parts of the game that don't even make sense. Like, for example, there's a mission where they tell you have to be in a cop car. And at one point, you hit a 5-star wanted level, and then you're supposed to drive across the entire map in the cop car and survive. Well, guess what? Because you're in a cop car, you can't go to the pay and spray, which allows you to lower your wanted level and escape. So basically, you have to drive across the entirety of the map in a 5-star wanted level to beat a normal mission, right? Well, guess what? You don't have to do any of that. It's all bullshit. The game actually lied to you. You never needed to use a cop car. You could just use a normal car, and then just immediately when you hit the 5-star wanted level, drive to the pay and spray, and you basically finish the mission. But I didn't know that. How the hell would I have known that? You know, 6 years ago, I don't know that. So I remember 6 years ago, it was like a nightmare to complete this mission. People told me that, and now guess what? I beat it on the first try this time. Now, of course, there would have been people, oh, I just want to see Phil rage and scream, but that's not in general what my stream viewers like. They want to see progression. They want to see entertainment. They want to see me enjoying the game because that makes it an entertaining and fun experience. And considering you guys saw me rage at this mission 6 years ago, you don't need to see it again, right? So it actually was great. It was a different experience. It was fun, and it was interactive where people were helping me, and it made the playthrough better. And, you know, seeing this kind of stuff and seeing the things I didn't know the first playthrough, I agree, this Vice City playthrough has been absolutely outstanding. Even without the music, as much as we like the game, the game and the music, the 80s style music, which I'm remembering, you know, I'm thinking in my head, dance hall days, you know, all the music is in my head. You're out of touch, I'm out of time. I hear all this music in my head as I play the game, but we're not hearing it on the radio. But you know what? It's fine. The game's still fun. The game is still fun. You know, so thank you for watching. Thank you for the cheer. Thanks for everything there. Wow, Eternal Napalm did a 5,000-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Eternal Napalm. Obviously, you're the top cheerer for the day. I'm going to get you up on the leaderboard in just a moment, but let's read your message first. He says, "Hey, Phil, I hope you enjoying your day. Looking forward to this playthrough. There's a cool cutscene that plays before the title menu. Save often. Hope you enjoy." All right, Eternal Napalm, thank you. Let me go ahead and get you up on the leaderboard. Eternal Napalm, in particular, was one of the people who was strongly campaigning for me to play this game. You know, I even wonder if the eternal part of his name, Eternal Napalm, Eternal Darkness, see what I mean? Does it come because he's a big fan of this game? I don't know. But thank you, Eternal Napalm, number one, for the very generous cheer. Yeah, this is one, you know, over the years, the 10 years that I've been a content creator for YouTube, a lot of people would be of the impression that my survival horror playthroughs are some of, if not my best, right? Because basically I can play a survival horror game. In general, I don't get scared, you know? And so enjoying these games for what they are with the creepiness factor and having me play them. A lot of people have said, you know, when Phil plays survival horror, it allows me to see these games for the first time because I don't play them myself because I get creeped out. But I really enjoy watching Phil play them, right? In particular, today's going to be special because this is a game I never played before. You know, you're going to see honest, unique reactions to a game I've never seen. And that's cool, right? That's very cool. Different from, oh, here's a classic that Phil's played already. Right? I just played Silent Hill 2. Obviously, a lot of that stuff I had already seen. This is going to be a very different situation, which is great. So, cheers, Eternal. Thank you for the cheer. And I hope that the playthrough does turn out to be quite entertaining for you. You know, I've been looking forward to it as well, right? Okay. Game Master, used Phoenix Down, cheered. He says, hope you hear from YouTube soon. Been watching since Other M. You should replay that, Kappa. Okay, enough jokes. Metroid Other M. I actually liked Metroid Other M. I think I was one of the few people who did. Remember, that was the game. Wasn't it made by Ninja Theory? Right? It was made by some studio that normally obviously wouldn't have been making a Metroid game. I actually liked it, but a lot of people didn't. They thought that it was shit. I thought the gameplay was great. The plot was terrible, in my opinion, but the gameplay was great. Anyway, thank you for the cheer. Oops, I just punched my microphone. Sorry about that, guys. You probably heard it. I was lifting my hand to get to the next shout out, and I punched the mic. I'm getting too excited here. I'm already getting jump scaring myself before a survival horror game begins. I'm punching things. Okay, the Lollipop cheered again. He says, I played this a long ass time ago. If I remember correctly, making your sanity low gives you a bonus to help you through the game. By the way, Eternal Darkness is the only one that has an M rating published by Nintendo. Conker says hi. Well, I don't know. Did Nintendo publish Conker? Because that was made by Rare, right? And I don't know. Did Nintendo own Rare back then? I don't remember. I know they don't own it anymore, right? Isn't Rare is now owned by Microsoft? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. I don't know anything about the game. I know there's a sanity mechanic. I know that. And apparently the game can break the fourth wall in certain ways in regards to your sanity mechanic. I know that. But that's all I know. I don't even know. I think it's a third-person style, but I don't know if it's like more action-based. If it's like one of the games where you have no weapons and you have to just sneak around and survive. I don't know much. Again, I am very much looking forward to it. From the few things that I've heard, it very much sounds intriguing. So I'm very happy that now I get to go back and experience games from this era, this generation of console gaming I never got to play. The GameCube era, I had always missed out on, and now I have the capability of playing GameCube games, which is pretty sweet. So, all right, shout out to Gokai Blue. Gokai Blue subscribed for the 8th month in a row. Thank you for the resub, Gokai. Appreciate 8 months of support. Gaza Wolf just cheered and said, rest in peace to Nikolai Volkov and Grandmaster Sexy, who was Jerry Lawler's son. Yeah, I heard about this. Yep. It's always sad when pro wrestlers who we know from history, you know, Nikolai Volkov, a huge Hall of Famer from the 80s. He was one of the quintessential villains back when they used to have these stereotypical generalized nationality villains. Nikolai Volkov from the first he was from the USSR, and then of course it became from Russia, right? Always a symbol like the Cold War era evil wrestler, right? Grandmaster Sexay. Okay, I mean, he had his era during the Attitude Era of WWE, Jerry Lawler's son. Poor guy's had tons of issues over his life, run-ins with the law, drugs, and everything. And, you know, it's always sad to hear these things. It is. So, yes, rest in peace to both of them. Shout out to your boy Jermaine. Your boy Jermaine subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, your boy Jermaine, for the sub. 007 Blaine. What's going on, Blaine? He tipped me $10. Thank you very much, Blaine, for the $10 tip. Good to see you around. Hope that you enjoyed today's stream. Blaine usually shows up for survival horror stuff, and also I've seen him around for Persona stuff. You know, Blaine was actually the person, guys. Blaine should get a lot of credit. Blaine was the person who originally campaigned for me to play Persona, and he's the person who originally years ago got me to play Persona 4. So he should be owed a lot of thanks and credit from the viewers, because if it wasn't for him, I never would have touched a Persona game. And so thank you, Blaine, for your dedication to getting me to try out Persona years ago, and, you know, now look at how many playthroughs I've done of that game, right? Pretty awesome. Pretty cool. All right, a shout out to 1 Ton Hammer, who did a 500-bit cheer. Okay, he says, just a heads up, since Eternal Darkness is Lovecraft inspired, it's about the atmosphere, so don't expect many jump scare moments. Hey, I'm okay with that. I'm all about the atmosphere. In fact, I think jump scares are the El Cheapo kind of way to do horror. In movies, I'll give you guys a perfect example. Man, was I disappointed the other day. So, I was on Netflix, and I was just looking for something very different to watch. I was so tired of watching the same old, same old. I was like, man, what's on here? And I saw a series of things called A Haunting Inn. All right, so we're like, a haunting in this train station, a haunting in this building, a haunting on this farmstead or whatever. What is this series? There's like 100 of these here on Netflix. Let me check it out. Okay. So I go in there. All right, I go in there. And I look around. And I say, I'm going to watch this one. This one was supposed to be about like a workhouse where people had died, and so it was haunted by ghosts. It was supposed to be a ghost investigator. All right. So I start playing it, and it's an old guy who seems like the most uninteresting guy I've ever seen in my life. Okay? Okay, and oops, I didn't put up, someone just said I didn't put $10 next to Blaine's name. You're right. There we go. Sorry about that, Blaine. So it starts playing, and he's like, this was the farmhouse, and there were workers, and some of the workers died. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a huge audio jump scare was like, wah! And then it would cut to the next scene. This was the room where the farmstead workers would wash their hands and feet after a long day of work. Then all of a sudden, another audio jump scare. And then it went to the next room. And this is the room where... I was like, wait a minute. So this whole show is just going to be, like, really cheesy, scripted audio jump scares. There's, like, nothing interesting in the show. The guy's boring as fucking dirt. But the editor decided to put in, like, really high-pitched audio transitions to scare you. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This is terrible. And I immediately shut it off, and I took it off my Netflix watch list, and I'm never watching any of these. These sound terrible. Yeah, this is garbage. And that's what I mean about horror. If you're trying to scare someone, okay, if you're trying to scare someone, do it through a build-up. There's a mystery going on, if it's a supernatural element and you don't understand what's going on, that'll make someone's mind race. Build up psychological horror, build up a big atmosphere. Yeah, every once in a while it's okay to have a shocking jump scare, but certainly not every 5 fucking seconds, Good survival horror should be a combination of resource management, lack of feeling safe, atmosphere, jump scare, actual perceived and also physical threats to your health in the game. You see what I mean? Like, a lot of things can add up to be a really good survival horror game. So, yeah, if this game is more psychological horror, then I'm going to dig it, definitely. Rather than, constant jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. I'd rather have the psychological horror aspect, I think. So. Okay. A bumbling black man cheered. He says, to start things off, can you play a random sound from your pocket soundboard? A random sound from the pocket soundboard. All right, hold on. Let's see here. How about this one? There you go. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't think I've ever used that one. There you go. Xbox One is garbage. Shipped me $1 and wrote me a personal message. I don't know if he wants me to read this out or not. It's something personal he had told me about the other day. So thank you for the tip. Xbox One is garbage, and good to hear the good news. Shout out to Android who cheered. He says, "Can you make Cooking with the King a goal? I really would love to see a cooking video. It's been a long time." I did. See, Android, I just realized you're someone who started coming by the streams recently. It was about earlier this year, probably between February and March. I'm not exactly sure. I think it was February. I had a goal set up that if we hit a certain number of subs, I was going to do an ongoing, not even like a one-off, but an ongoing cooking show with Kat here. And guess what? No one subscribed to see that show. So even though there is a group of people who like that stuff, I don't think it's the people who are on my streams. So I don't think that it's that big of a deal. And quite frankly, Kat and I don't really have time to do it anyway. Like, she cooks. Like, she'll be cooking today. She's going to cook us. I believe she's making tuna casserole today, which she made a few months ago, and we both loved. And I told her, yeah, I'd love to have it again. I'm going to be working. You know, she cooks while I work. So how am I going to be down there to film her cooking when I'm working? I can't, you know. And she's not going to be able to set up and record herself doing these elaborate recipes. So I don't see how a cooking show would work, quite frankly. Josh Hushel and Cigars just cheered. He says, "Eternal Darkness, the game where it mind fucks you to the point you may lose your own sanity. Have fun with this. Ha 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 ha." Okay, then. Alrighty, then. Okay. AES just cheered. He says, "When do you typically do work on patron-related tasks?" I'm wondering because, August is almost here. As far as I know, you haven't specifically mentioned when you will contact July patrons yet. That's correct. The way it works, AES, is this. You pledge to my Patreon. You become a patron for that month. So if you pledge to my Patreon right now, you're a July patron, okay? I will contact the July patrons. It's always been this way. The first Sunday of the next month, okay? Because the thing is, if you're a new patron, you get charged right away. But there are some people who are ongoing patrons. You know, every month they have a recurring pledge. They don't get charged until the first or sometimes even the second of the month. So it wouldn't even make sense. I wouldn't be able to contact you now because they're half the people who I need to contact for the perks and stuff don't even get into that grouping and have their pledges clear till the first or second of the month. All right. So in particular, it'll be, it'll be August 5th, right? So yeah, it'll be August 5th. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to see, whose pledge is cleared. And I message all those people collectively on patreon.com. And I say, congratulations, you qualified for such and such a perk. If you would like this perk, here's the information I need from you. And please get it to me as soon as you can, and, I'll get you going, right? Now, there's various perks. There's people who are going to be posting up questions for Ask the King. There's people who are going to be sending me their private questions for their private Q&A video. There's people who are just going to be sending me their forum information because they need to get a forum upgrade, right? So they can start nominating and voting on events. So there's a ton of stuff that all is happening at once, okay? Essentially what ends up happening, it takes usually about another week to get everyone's responses and get all their information collected. So let's say roughly by August 12th, which is the next Sunday of the month, that day I'll sit down, I'll get all the information. If there's upgrades or things that are needed, I'll forward those to my webmaster to get those things upgraded as soon as possible. If there's Q&A videos to be made, I'll sit down and I'll film all those Q&A videos in one sitting. So typically it's Sunday nights is the time when I have time to do patron stuff. So yeah, usually it's a weekly slot every Sunday night. That's when I sit down and I do patron stuff. So yeah, so if you are a July patron, and you're waiting, I didn't hear from Phil yet, it's because I got to wait for those who have recurring pledges to clear within the first second of the month, and then I get to it. So, yeah, it'll be around July. Yeah, it will be, August 5th will be the night when I sit down, I go through the information, and we move on, we go from there, okay? All right, that guy, Dread, did a 100-bit cheer and left a very, very sharp, critical cheer, and you might think that I would skip it, but I'm not, because I'm going to address it. He says, "Here's the $1 tip, Phil. You really need to step up and start being self-sufficient." That's what I'm looking to do. That guy, Dread, you may not realize this, but there's different ways to make a living. There are. It's not just, you go to a job on a salary or a set amount of hourly wage, and you work for the man, and you make a certain amount of money, and you come home with it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Up until YouTube, right? Until I started doing YouTube for a living in 2011, that was my living. I worked multiple kind of fast foodie style mall jobs. Then I worked at Circuit City selling electronics. Then I worked for an insurance company. Then I worked for Wells Fargo Financial for a year selling mortgages and credit cards. Then I worked for Best Buy, working on their business team, selling high-level networking and home style computing for small businesses. Then after that, I worked in an office job for about 5 years, where I was in helicopter parts and support, an aftermarket support for people who owned helicopters. And then I did continuous improvement work and got certified to do continuous improvement for corporations. I'm 36 years old. Out of those 36 years, 29 of them, I was not doing YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there. I've done normal jobs where you could say, oh, he was self-sufficient doing a 9-to-5 job. Okay. Now that I do this for a living, it's a completely different ballgame. I'm self-employed, and I'm reliant on many factors. I'm reliant on the ups and downs of YouTube. I'm reliant on how many people crowdfund my efforts to keep doing what I do, right? When I stream on Twitch, I'm making next to nothing. If it weren't for people crowdfunding via, things, various methods, Patreon, cheers, subbing, tipping, contributions, right? Teespring, if it weren't for those things, I wouldn't be able to make any money doing this. But what I love is that there's people that say this isn't valid work. It's just as valid as anything else. Just because I'm not contracted with anyone to make a certain amount of money for a certain amount of work doesn't mean it's not a living, right? And the hilarious part is the idiots who call it begging. There's a difference between begging for nothing or constantly providing a consistent and fun service that thousands of people across the world enjoy, and then saying, gee, could you maybe contribute so I could keep doing it? Big difference. It's not begging, but that's what these idiots would like to say because they're jealous. They are working the 9-to-5 jobs. They wish that they could do something like this for a living, and they're angry that I get to do it, and I've been doing it since 2011. They're also happy when they see bad things happen to me because they're so goddamn jealous. Oh, Phil lost monetization on DSP Gaming. Rejoice, rejoice. Now he'll have to get a real job. And it's like, boy, do you show your toxic jealousy and just how petty you fucking are when you react to something like that. You see what I mean? I am self-sufficient. I put out enough content on the internet on a daily basis of a quality that I have supported myself for 7+ years. The problem is they keep changing the fucking rules and moving the fucking goalpost, right? Oh, I'm doing good enough now. Oh, let's change all the rules so that something else is now favored on YouTube. Oh, let's make it so people can flag you for false copyright strikes and shit and now ruin your content on YouTube so you can't get views anymore. Oh, let's do this. Let's do that. That's it. It's these jealous, toxic idiots who just don't want me to succeed, who keep attacking and changing things and fucking things over for me. I am self-sufficient. Trust me. I'm incredibly resilient. I found ways over the years to adapt to every change that's been thrown my way. And at this point, yeah, we're in a bad, dire situation with DSP Gaming, but I'm not giving up. I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm not going to just fucking throw in the towel and say, oh, I quit. Let's just give up on everything that I've done, the 10 years of blood, sweat, and tears to make this happen because of some more horseshit that's outside of my control. And again, something I didn't do fucking wrong, but these jealous shitheads got to twist it to make it sound like I did, right? I've just had enough of their shit. And like I said, for every time that I get someone who does something like this cheer here that says, oh, step up and be self-sufficient, guess what? What you just did is you just motivated me to not give up even more. Because I know that there's thousands of people out there who support what I do and want to see me continue. And it's to the point where now you've lit the fire under my ass that I'm going to find a way to make it work, So thanks. Thanks a lot for that cheer. Even though you thought that you were doing something negative and trying to criticize me, instead you've empowered me. So thank you for that. Cool Guy just cheered. He says, my favorite survival horror are Alien Isolation and Soma. I've never seen this game and I'm excited to see you play this. Yeah, me too. Again, a game I never experienced. I don't know much about it. I hope it ends up being really good. Okay? Okay. Judicious Echoes did a 100-bit cheer. He says, not putting it in a negative light, but streamers and YouTube stuffs. What on earth? I have no idea what you're saying. What? Streamers YouTube stuffs are like a what? I don't even know what this word means. What the? Judicious Echoes, if you could try to rephrase what you just said, because I don't even understand. Is this a word? Hold on. I'm looking it up. Okay, I had to look it up. So he says, Streamers and YouTube stuffs are like a digital busker. You may be like, what the fuck does that mean? I didn't even know, so I had to look it up. So if you don't know, a busker is considered a street performer, okay? Considered a street performer. You're right. And the thing is, Judicious Echoes, that, you know, previously, people who did that stuff were very limited because guess what? They only were able to show their talent to a very short amount of people or a small amount of people who were surrounding them physically. Now with the power of the internet, any person can broadcast themselves worldwide. And that's exactly what happened with me on YouTube. I showed what I could do to an audience who then caught on and spread it like wildfire across the internet. And I got worldwide notoriety for the way that I played video games and making entertaining content for people for 10 years now, right? So you're right. What it is, it's the evolution of entertainment. It's the evolution of the street performer, or however you want to say it. Now, are you telling me that that person who's out there busting their ass, honing their talent or their craft to make money, that they are not some kind of legitimate person? Of course not. But because I'm doing this on the internet and it's not a 9-to-5 job, obviously this isn't legit, right? And that's how ridiculously stupid that kind of statement is. Really dumb. Shout out to Android. He cheered. He says, if anything, what you do is harder than a regular job because you have no idea how much you make in a month. It's really hard to live like that. And you're absolutely right, Android. You know, it sucks because here's why it really sucks. Because a person who has a 9-to-5 job is going to make a consistent or at least a semi-consistent amount of income. They exactly know what their budget is and everything. I don't. Some months I have to drop a ton of money on games. Some months I don't have to buy any games. Some months it's really slow on Twitch or YouTube, and I make, like, I'm not even kidding, sometimes thousands of dollars less. And then some months things pick up. It's the big ad season. It's the big time for people to watch new big games. And then I make tons more money. You see what I mean? And I don't know what that's going to be. The problem is the federal government is so dumb. They don't care. They just say, oh, well, if you make this much in a year, you should be paying this much every quarter in taxes. And it's like, what? My first quarter, I almost make nothing. Almost every year, my first quarter is terrible. It's slow as shit. So for you to say that I'm just supposed to expect it to be giving you, I don't know, thousands of dollars in taxes every 3 months when I could have had a very slow quarter, I have no money to give you, right, is ludicrous. That's not how business works. But the federal government doesn't care. It's set up in a ridiculously stupid manner, and that's how they work. That's what I mean. Like, you're absolutely right, Android. If you have a consistent job, you have a consistent income, consistent tax money, consistent money to pay towards health insurance, consistent money for everything. I don't have that. It goes woo, woo, up, down, left, right, all over the place, constantly. So I never know what's coming in, and I never know how to budget. That's how some people say, Phil, how is it that some months you say that you have, like, no money at the beginning of the month? Don't you know what bills are coming in? Yeah, but I don't know how much money I'm making this month. Some months I'm fine. Some months I'm really, close to the edge. Some months I'm overdrawn. Because that's the nature of the business. And there's no, unless you have, like, so many good months where you can have, like, a big surplus of income, there's no way that you could ever have it where you always have enough for everything, And that's kind of the situation I am. It's very tough. It's a lot of balancing stuff and moving stuff around to make shit happen, So. All right, Big Daddy Phil cheered. He says, if shit keeps going south, you should play sponsored mobile games. There's loads of those. Oh, I'm aware. There was a time, it was actually a couple years ago, where I was constantly being bombarded by companies that wanted me to play sponsored mobile games. And I kind of ignored it because I really didn't need it. But, I mean, we're at the point now where I think I just have to start taking sponsorship opportunities since YouTube has completely fucked me in this regard. I think that I just have to start doing it. I don't see another way. You see what I mean? I don't see another way. So, as I said, I am going to attempt to do some sponsored streams here on Twitch. I'm actually waiting for their next slew of sponsorships to load in, because right now they've all basically expired. So let's see, whatever the next slew of sponsorship opportunities are for streams on Twitch, I'm probably going to do one, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys? Yeah, Judicious Echoes did another 100-bit cheer and said a street performer is a busker. Okay, thanks. See, I'd never even heard that word before, busker. I was so confused when you said digital busker. I was like, what? But I actually completely agree with your sentiment, so. All right, Dude Frozen just cheered. He says, I have a suggestion. Why not tweet out when the pre-stream's live, and when you're done with that, you can tweet out again when the game's about to start. Because if I did that, then no one would attend the pre-stream. That's why. And the pre-stream is important, so. Okay. Well, Bo CH4, I apologize, your name scrolled off the screen. I think that's what your name was. He literally just said that he now enjoys my videos on KO Gaming because I started posting them longer. And, you know, that's a change. Regardless, guys, if I get DSP Gaming monetization back or not, the longer videos are here to stay. That's something that people asked for years. And at this point, this is the catalyst for me to do it. So from now on, you're going to see longer gameplay videos on YouTube, period. Okay? Alright, so guys, I guess that's going to be it for pre-stream. I want to say thank you for your support so far. Hope that you guys enjoyed today's... Oops, what the hell did I just click on? I just opened a freaking... What the hell is this? I pressed the Microsoft Store button on my laptop or something. I didn't mean to do that. The fuck is this? God damn it. What the fuck did I do? How do I close this? I was trying to just scoot over here. This PC. Where the fuck is my desktop button? Oh my god. Desktop. Jesus Christ. Click the wrong fucking thing and end up with 100 tabs open on your stupid laptop. What a piece of crap. Anyway. Kathani. Kathani just tipped me $12 and said, do not discourage Phil. Continue to make good videos because thanks to you I managed to pass depression. In a bad moment in my life. Well, thank you for that, Kathani. Thank you for the motivation. Thank you for the positive message. I appreciate that a lot, man. I really do. All right, let's see how our subs are doing, okay? 478. We went down a couple, guys. Which is funny because we actually got a few new subs here, but they went down. So if we do hit 450 subs, I will be doing a special DSP Tries It. We are currently 22 subs away. We could definitely make that happen in the next couple days. All right, guys. Thanks for all of your support. I think it's now time to end the pre-stream. All right. End the pre-stream and get set up here to start up with Eternal Darkness. Sound good? Thank you, everyone. And let's see how this turns out.